Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Birushana, and we're going to continue our if endings. Now, fair warning, I started recording this one already. And about 2-3 minutes in, my recording software just stopped, froze again because apparently my graphics card needed to be updated. But my computer likes to not fucking tell me this shit. So that's why I have it on preview so I can see what the hell is going on. But stupidly, I was not glancing over. I've had a motherfucking shithole of a day, so I'm really fucking pissed off right now. And I don't really want to do this, but we're gonna do it, because, like, I can't afford to not, record for a little while, but I just had a miserable fucking day, and this is not helping me. But anyway, we were started the Tadanobu ending. Mind you, about 3 minutes in, it stopped working, but I was about 10-15 minutes in playing, and I was like, all of a sudden, I'm like, the hell? Ugh. Son of a bitch. So, yeah, I've read a lot of this before. At least, whatever. So, yeah, whatever. It's fun, don't get me wrong. I was having a good time until that happened, and then I just want to curl up in a ball and cry right now, because, I've had just a fucking shithole day. I fucking lost my heat over the weekend, so I've been fucking cold. It finally got fixed, but, so much other shit's just happened, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just tired of this shit today. I just don't wanna anymore. I don't want anything anymore. But here we are. So, we're gonna start Tadanobu's ending. For you for the first time, for me for the second time, and let's just hope it goes okay this time, because I can't. But anyway. Some time had passed since we arrived in Hiraizumi. I spent my days training, free from the restrictions of Kurama. The streets and temples that Benkei and I saw continued to amaze us, and I dedicated my whole self to my training. Then one day... is that Tadanobu and Suganobu? Spacey, funny seeing you here. You coming back from the temple? One of the temples that the two of you showed me the other day. I had some questions for some of the monks we met there. Shungen and Benkei have been studying so hard, I thought I should do some training there as well. It was some point when we were here talking to them, by the way, that it stopped recording. Just gonna point that out. I'm not sure exactly where, because it was it was just them standing there, and then, if somebody was saying I. That's all it came up. It could have been here, you know what I mean? But, it was around in this scene, talking to them here. That's how quickly it froze. And then I'll point when we get them, be like, I was, here! And then we'll see. I'm glad to hear that. Indeed, Benkei seemed quite fascinated by the temples. He was like a giant kid in a candy store. It was fun just watching him. As he smiled, Tadanobu nodded gently while I thought back with fondness on the previous day. What are you two up to? Take a look. Tadanobu pointed to a field of white peonies blooming in clusters. It'd be a waste to just use those as medicine. Thought I'd pick some and give them to some of the girls at the estate. And we were laughing about Tadanobu being a slutty little himbo. By the way, that came up in here somewhere. To the girls? The plum blossoms I brought them earlier were a hit. Thought perhaps they'd like some peonies, too. I didn't know you liked flowers so much, Tadanobu. That's actually a little surprising. I'm not quite Lord Spacey. Tadanobu doesn't like flowers, but he does like giving them to pretty girls. Yeah, I think I also clued into that when she's like, I didn't know you like flowers, and I'm like, that's not what he likes, and then Suganobu just filled this in. You miss all the first-time experiences and the things that I say, when we have to go back and record. It's just not as fun. Huh? When he's not in training, he spends all his time with the girls of the estate. He may be my brother, but I can't explain it. Also pointed out that, Suganobu, you should absolutely, be able to explain what your brother's. And he's like, his statement is almost like, I don't really get it. Suganobu, sweetie, you're at an age where you should understand. Wait a minute, brother. You make it sound as if I'm some playboy. I'm just following my creed. Your creed? Indeed. My creed to always be kind to the ladies. Again with this. You can be insufferable sometimes, brother. Oh, come on, brother. You're being too harsh. They say brother to each other a little bit too much. And, like, the last couple sentences, you're like, stop it. the repetition. I don't know. I have every right to be harsh. You have a terrible habit of falling in and out of love with a new girl every week. I swear, all it takes is a feminine smile or the batting of an eyelash, and you come flying to me begging for advice. Just can't help myself. Whenever I talk to a cute girl, I get so flustered. And he's blushing, too. So that's cute. Huh. I guess Tadanobu spends a lot of time with the women of the estate. He's never mentioned it in training before. Anyway, it's none of your business, brother. Do what I want. I'll bring them some flowers and do as I please. Since you're here, why don't you take one, Lord Spacey? What? Did he notice that I'm a woman? You have such a lovely face. I bet you look good with a peony, too. Why don't you put it behind your ear? And the light color would look beautiful against your hair. And I was like, really? Okay, so also at this point, somewhere around in here, I was like, I really hope he's like Noritsune, where he's got a little bit of, where he's like, just, yeah, you know what? You know what I mean? Especially because he's like this, oh, it'd look really pretty on you. He's pulling a little bit of a Noritsune moment where he's like, I don't care if you're a man. And I was just really like, I remember Strat being like, I really kind of hope that that's kind of the way this goes. Because, you know, we're going to romance Tadanobu. But I was like, I really hope that's where this goes, is like, you know. Because in Shigehira's, you know, he spent the whole time just trying to understand you and getting a respect for you and, like, whatever. You know, I mean, it kind of happened fast. Again, it's to be expected because they're short and whatever. But it wasn't until the end, when he drank your spirit, that he was like, oh, wait, you're a chick. No, I'm not letting my keep you. You know what I mean? So, like, he flipped from, like, I think I kind of, like, yes, I want to be friends and I respect you, to, oh, you're a girl, I love you. You know? His switch flipped pretty fast. But, you know what I mean? He had gained their respect kind of thing. So, but, like, and, like, Noritsune's was, like, I don't really give a shit if you're a man or a woman, I'm kind of into this. So I was really hoping Tadanobu would kind of go down the Noritsune path. Like, I remember thinking about that, like, around here. I'd throw that out there just because later on, if I refer back to that thought, and I didn't say it in this one, you're going to be like, the fuck you're talking about? So it's easier if I try to remember and tell you the same things that I said the last time. Because I might remember, but I'm going to be like, did I say that here or in the other? You know what I mean? That's also the non-benefit. The opposite of that? What's the opposite of benefit? Anyway. The detriment? I don't know. Look, I can't brain today. My brain is still thawing from like several days without heat. But yeah, just when you lose parts or lose time and you have to start over is like the things that you said. And you can't be like, wait, did I say that? Or, oh crap, now I'm later on something happens that reminds you of that thought, but you didn't record it or people didn't hear you. You know what I mean? It's annoying. Anyway. You see, so that's what he meant. What was that? Nothing. But it'll probably just fall out during my training. I'm a super manly samurai after all, so no thanks! I actually read it normal the first time I read it, and then I was like, I wonder if she went back, so then I went back and read it that way, because, like, I'm a super manly samurai, like, trying to make a man voice. Puffing out her chest, manly. Just trying to look more manly, because, hi, we're barely holding it together over here. But that said, if you have some time today, why don't we do a little sparring? I'm afraid only Tadanobu is free today. I have been summoned to meet Lord Hirahira this afternoon. Ah, I see. Maybe another time then. Nonsense! Tadanobu, leave the flowers to me. And you stay here and train with Lord Spacey. Ah, brother, you're too kind. It's not for you. It's for the poor girls at the estate who'll be rid of your lecherous gaze. And now off with you, then. In that case, Tadanobu, shall we head out? Right. Today's the day I'm finally gonna beat you, Lord Spacey. Come on, let's go. Ah! Sharp attack as always. This is going to be a long fight. Now After several rounds of sparring, I was able to read Tadanobu's movements, but that would mean he could do the same to me. Then I'll use a different strategy. Take him by surprise and get the upper hand. See!
Too slow!
I tried to attack his chest with a quick attack, but he was even quicker than I was. That has also annoyed me so much the first time. I didn't say it, but it drove me crazy. Like, I tried to attack his chest with a quick attack. I tried to attack with an attack. But I also pointed out it was a quick attack, and then he was quicker. So the attack, quicker, just fucking, there's something about it just, I was like, stop it. There had to have been a way to phrase that better. Like, don't know why. I'm very irritable and bitchy today. Oh, shit! The tip of Tadanobu's weapon rested on my chest, and as he pulled back, his weapon ripped through my clothing. Shock, Pikachu face. Oh no! Did he see my bare chest?
Lord Spacey,
I pulled my body away as quickly as I could, thinking he might have seen breasts. My heart was pounding nervously. What should I say? How can I get out of this? Based on Tadanobu's face, he saw everything.
The first time we fought near the Momonosaku, you covered up your chest that time too, didn't you?
I'm just embarrassed because I don't want people to see my boobies. Because they're man boobs. It's not real boob, not girly boobs, not at all.
I only saw for a moment just now, but are you a woman?
Unsure of how to respond, an uncomfortable silence fell upon us, but I knew there was no denying it. His little sad eyes. I'm sorry for not telling you before, but please don't tell anyone. I was raised as a man with the hopes of someday overthrowing the Heike. That's why I live as a samurai now. What the fuck was that? I came here to find the answers of what I should do next, to find my path. So please, can you keep this to yourself?
Yeah, he looks super sad.
Please don't be upset, Tadanobu.
No, it's not that. Indeed, I was surprised to find out you're a woman, but I'm not going to deny your way of life, and I certainly don't blame you. If you're intent on living as a man and as a samurai, I swear I'll keep my mouth shut.
Then, why are you looking at me like that?
If there's anyone who deserves blame here, it's me.
Huh?
The first time we met at Momonosaku, I was far too reckless. I very nearly attacked you. What a terrible thing to do to a lady. If my brother hadn't stopped me, I could have hurt you.
Again, I want to point out how he said I'm finally going to beat you with sparring. So, like, sweetie, we beat you every single time. So, like, I mean, yeah, I guess you could have accidentally hurt me, but, like, you're giving yourself a little more credit than I think you should.
That's so mean. Oh, poor Tadanobu.
It's not your fault, Tadanobu. I was acting suspiciously by trying to bathe in a river. Alone.
But even so, I can't forgive myself.
Again, though, okay, I say again because I said this the first time. Can't forgive myself for almost hurting a lady. But you thought before that you almost hurt me as a dude and that was cool? I mean, I feel like this remorse of like, oh shit, I almost hurt you, and you're not nefarious. Yeah, okay, that's where you should have felt the remorse then, whether I'm a man or a woman. But like now all of a sudden you're like, oh no, you delicate flower. Have you seen me kick your ass how many times? It's just like a weird little fucking flip for him. It's just so bizarre. I mean, yes, because we have to romance him, so like I get it, but it's just still funny.
Can't believe I almost attacked a woman. No one's chivalrous of me.
And all of a sudden he's changed his tune, like, Badoop! You are now a woman!
Lord Tadanobu.
Shungen, Benkei.
We heard you two were training, so Shungen and I came to join. But then...
I heard a bit of your conversation from a distance just now. Yeah. Fucking eavesdropping spies. Shungen and Benkei's steely gazes were fixed on us. It was obvious they had figured out what was going on. See, how about you return to the estate? We'll talk with Tadanobu. But...
Your clothes are torn and you should get them fixed right away. Please leave this to us.
I can handle my shit, Benkei. Don't worry, you're both just confused by the suddenness of the situation. We'll stick with Tadanobu until he calms down. If I continued to stick around, I knew that Tadanobu would continue to blame himself. He's gonna be on his, noble fucking night kick. So I left Benkei and Shungen to talk to him. Alright, I'll leave it to you two then. And with that, I descended the mountain alone. The next morning, I haven't been able to talk to Tadanobu since everything happened. Hope he's okay. I hope he stopped blaming himself for everything, too. Nah, never.
Oh, you're here, Lord Spacey. This way.
Good morning, Lord Hidehira. In the hall, everyone was already sitting down to breakfast. I usually ate at my estate with Benkei and Shungen, but occasionally Lord Hidehira would call us over like this. I always enjoyed when Lord Hidehira would call on us and we could eat together with the Sato brothers.
Tadanobu, who's not making eye contact.
But it's gonna be awkward seeing Tadanobu after yesterday. I hope it's not too weird talking to him.
Yep, glancing away, looking back, glancing away. He's I love the fact that his sprite is looks at you, looks away, looks at you, looks away, awkward.
What is it, Tadanobu?
Huh? What? What's what?
Oh, I just wanted to thank you for joining me for training yesterday.
Huh. Oh, you don't have to thank me for that. Yeah, that's not super fucking awkward, bro.
Yikes. What's wrong with you, Tadanobu? Are you feeling alright?
I hope he didn't cause you any trouble during your training.
No, not at all.
Well, that's good. I love how Hidehira looks really stressed out. He's got a bead of sweat, this is awkward. The awkward sweats. Oh, by the way, Spacey, I heard from the temple the other day that you've been visiting a lot. The monks are very pleased with your faithfulness.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I'm always afraid I'm bothering them.
Not at all. They also praise your shakyo, which is, transcribing things, documents. Buddhist documents, something like that. Scriptures of Buddhism. That's it. I remember reading this the last time. Because we were in this part, by the way. We're a couple, conversation points, a couple of lines away from where we actually were when everything just fucking went straight to hell, so. They say that a person's character appears in their letters, and that your handwriting has a certain loveliness to it. Loveliness? Fucking awkward, Tadanobu.
Tadanobu reacted in an exaggerated manner. Shungen hurriedly interrupted him. Makes sense. Spacey is very kind. It's no wonder he's got a brushstroke to match.
Mm-hmm.
You sure are acting weird, Tadanobu. If that bad habit of yours is acting up.
Bad habit?
Whenever you have a woman in your life that you're interested in, you always act like this.
I think it was about here. What? Yeah, because I was he flipped his tune, all of a sudden he's like, wait, I saw your moves and now I'm into you. And then this is where I realized that, we're fucked. Everything was... So, 20 minutes. We're 20 fucking minutes in. It was a third of the way through this fucking record. I mean, it's 18 minutes, but whatever. Still, Jesus fucking Christ. But anyway. So now this will be new for you and for me combined. Woohoo! Good fucking lord. This day sucks.
What? Out with it, Tadanobu. Who's the unlucky girl this time?
Please wait, Lord Suganobu. I can assure you it's not that... That's right. This has nothing to do with Lord Spacey. And he's blushing. Tadanobu. I really was is Tadanobu going to be I'm not crushing on a woman? Just think Lord Spacey's super hot. Whatever. And they're but he just had to make it even more awkward. Oh, I love it.
If I'm not mistaken, Lord Tadanobu's worried about something I discussed with him yesterday, right?
Huh. Or Suganobu's the only one in the dark.
Yeah, you asked me if there was a better way to train because you kept getting beaten by Spacey.
Oh, that's right. Well, after all, Lord Tadanobu is very serious when it comes to fighting. The thing is like, if this were anyone else, Suganobu might be like, oh, okay, whatever. But he's like, I know my fucking brother, and this is suspicious.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Nice save, Benkei and Shungen. I don't think Suganobu's buying this bullshit. However, Tadanobu continued to be awkward, and I finished my meal with a sense of trepidation. Tadanobu, about what you said before. As soon as the meal was over, I took Tadanobu out into the deserted hallway. I know. You don't have to tell me. It was terrible out there. I'm sorry. Yesterday, Shungen and the others told me just how determined you are to follow this path. Shungen and Benkei, not the others. You say the plural like Benkei's more than one person. I mean, the man's huge, but... So I swore no matter what, I'd never tell another soul your secret, and I put what happened at Momonosaku behind me. So what's wrong? It's just... Every time I look at you, I just can't help but see you as a woman. And now he's blushing. It's adorable. But the thing is like, at this point, we've already known Suganobu and Tadanobu for a while, so we've got the friendly rapport with them, the respect and everything, you know what I mean? And then now all of a sudden he's like, wait, but like, you're really awesome, and you're a woman. Shit! You know what I mean? Like, I think everybody has that. You have that person that, like, if you were a person of this gender that I prefer, you know, relationship-wise, damn, I'd marry you in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? So, like, you might not think it, unless, like, right now you're thinking about it, and you're like, yeah, okay. So, like, Tadanobu wasn't like, oh, man, Spacey, if you were a chick, I'd be totally into you. But all of a sudden, he's like, wait. Well, now you've just completely given him that option, and he's like, oh, shit, no, wait, fuck. You know? Where if you had asked him beforehand, before he knew we were a woman, oh, hey, like, what would you think about Shungen if Shungen was a chick? Would you date Shungen? He's like, I don't know, that's weird. Yeah, no, yeah, Spacey, you're the kind of chick I would date. Cool. You know what I mean? You might not think about it until that option is presented to you, and then you're like, oh, yeah, maybe, you know? When I see Lord Spacey's face, I try to suppress it, but I can't help it. You're just too cute. And he thought we were cute before, so that's not new. It's just because, like, you know, he goes from, like, yeah, you're totally my friend, to, like, I'm totally in you the second he knows we have boobs. But it kind of still makes sense, because he always thought, well, you're just super cute, and he's been saying that through all the fucking routes. You know what I mean? And then, like, always kind of, you're like, you're crushing on us a little bit, I think. You don't realize. And now it's just, oh, wait, totally into the chicks. And if Lord Spacey was a chick, oh, wait, you are. Cool. You know. Right. Kind of wanted him to get a little bit crushy before he realized, whoops, that we were a woman. But it's alright. Look, not everyone can be Noritsune, alright? I'm sorry. I know that's a stupid thing to say. Wasn't sure how to reply to Tadanobu, who gritted his teeth and scowled at himself. I didn't think it would bother you so much. My fault, not yours. But I think I managed to find a solution. Yes! Lord Spacey, starting tomorrow, let's train together, just the two of us. He looks so determined, and that's so gonna lead to you kissing me. I'm just saying. Huh? I want to train together with you every day. The more I train with you, the more I'll see you as a samurai. I just know it. You didn't see me as one before? I mean, I get it. I saw you totally as this cool samurai. And now I know you're a woman, and I gotta get back to that. So, like, let's erase the woman part. It's kind of hard. You know what I mean? Sometimes your initial impression of someone is hard to get back to when you see something that completely changes it. Like, tough samurai! Wait, you're a woman? Fuck. That kind of, like, does fuck with your brain a little, so I understand. Well, yes, that makes sense. But are you sure it'll be enough to change your perception? Oh no, he's just gonna fall harder. Yes, seeing your strong and heroic fighting style, I'll see you only for the master samurai you are. It was an outlandish suggestion, but Tadanobu's face was full of confidence. His sparkling eyes stared at me. Huh? Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. But listening to your confidence made me feel like it's really going to be okay after all. Listening to Tadanobu's confidence, that's just awkward. I mean, I get it, because that's the way it would be in Japanese. You would say Tadanobu and not you. But we don't, like, in English you don't say that, so it's awkward every time. He's like, Lord Spacey's face is really cute. You're talking directly to me and it's weird talking to me and like that, you know what I mean? I've normally read it that way, because then I was like, maybe it's just the affect of the way they speak, but, like, I can't do that for me. I know damn well we don't talk like that, so. Well then, in that case, I'll be counting on you. Let's train together. See, they do it so many other times, like, I'll be counting on you, not, I'll be counting on Tadanobu. It's just so awkward that they mess that up sometimes. Anyway, I've already learned a lot from you, and I'd be thrilled to be your partner. Alright, it's a date then. Right, I gotcha. Looking forward to it, Tadanobu. Now he's blushing again. Jeez, having heart palpitations again. This isn't gonna be easy, is it? Thus, the next day, Tadanobu and I began our strange new training regimen. See! Ha! Yeah! Ugh. Don't go easy on me. I'm a samurai first and foremost, remember? I know! Ugh. Like, I'm not going easy on you! Day in and day out. Come on, one more round! What? Are you serious? Of course! I'm gonna take 3 more wins from you today, and then we can go home. You're a training demon. The two of us continued to train together as if something outside of us was urging us to do so. And then this is where we're spending more time, and, like, gonna fall in love with us more. So lovely. The result... Yes! Finally! I got more wins than you today. Yeah, your attacks were heavier than normal today. Hard to find a way around them. You're so quick, Lord Spacey. You didn't make it easy for me. That's me, quick as a fox. It had been almost a month since we started working out alone, and Tadanobu had returned to his old self. Oh, not for long. While things aren't exactly the same, I feel like I'm much closer to him than I was before. Oh yeah, you are. You're about to be even closer at some point. He's not only brave and charming, but he's also straight with me. He's honest. When I'm with Tadanobu, I feel like I can be better than I am. I guess it's thanks to our friendly competition this past month. Fox? Say more like a cat. Cat, huh? Yeah, you know, sometimes you're just so cute I want to pet you. He would have said that to us even when he thought we were a man, so. What, are you embarrassed? Embarrassed? I just didn't think you'd make a joke like that, Tadanobu. Don't worry about it. The way I see it, you're a fine samurai who just happens to be cute, too. It's fun being able to spar and also see so many different sides of you. Oh yeah, he's totally fucking falling in love with us. What do you mean? Well, you always push yourself to the limit in battle, but you're always very kind to those around you. I can see why Benkei and the others are so devoted to you. I think you're giving me too much credit. You think so? Okay, I'm like, what the hell is happening? It's like so, like, nothing was moving. Tadanobu, there you are. Suganobu, I'm sorry. I've been taking up a lot of Tadanobu's time with training lately. Don't worry about it. I just wanted to have a quick word with him about tomorrow. Tomorrow? You mean strengthening the patrols around Josaku? Strengthening patrols? I'm assuming it's one of the gates. I didn't click on it, sorry. Yes, we've been hearing complaints of increased bandit activity, and we've decided to increase the soldiers on patrol. Patrols will take place 3 times a day in groups of 2. I'll be in charge at night. At Tadanobu, you'll be in charge during the day. Alright, got it. I'm sure they'll need a lot of people to help. Wonder if there's anything I can do. Since arriving in Hiraizumi, my mind's become calmer than ever before. That's all thanks to the people here. Maybe I can return the favor. Suganobu, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, could I help out too? Lord Spacey. I'm so indebted to the people of Hiraizumi, I'd like to help in any way I can. Tadanobu's like, hell no, it's no place for a lady. Listen, bitch! What, just because you kicked my ass today, you all of a sudden think I'm a lady now?
Please don't treat me as a guest. Let me help you as one who cares about the people of Hiraizumi. But...
let's have some help, brother. You know how strong Lord Spacey is. Wow, Tadanobu's absolutely for it. Cool. With his help, we can get rid of those bandits in no time.
That's right. I'll give it my all. Very well. I'll inform Lord Hidehira of this myself. I'm counting on you. Thanks, Suganobu. And not at all. If anything, it's you that we should be thanking. Lord Spacey, you'll help with Tadanobu on...
Yeah, you'll help Tadanobu on daytime security. You'll help with Tadanobu.
Oh, you'll help with Tadanobu. Like, you'll help with him on daytime... Okay, I get what they're saying.
It just came out weird in my brain when I first said it. I was like, you'll help with Tadanobu? I was thinking you'll help Tadanobu with the daytime security, but you'll help with along with him on security. But it's just... look. Anyway.
You'll help with Tadanobu on daytime security, and that'll make Tadanobu happy.
Huh?
You two have been spending so much time together after all. I can hear your laughter through the forest on my way here.
We're just best friends! Well, yeah, we've gotten to know each other throughout our training together. Don't be jealous.
I suppose you're right. Abenka and the others were sulking on my way up here. As for me, yes, I am very jealous. And now that you mention it, how about having Lord Spacey work nights then?
What? No way!
Don't be jealous, brother. Tadanobu reacted to Suganobu's teasing voice, and I let out a sigh as I watched the scene. Again, this would have absolutely happened before anybody knew we were a woman. Because this is just the way the whole game went. Everybody kind of fighting over my attentions, thinking I was just a dude. I'm just saying, it's always been kind of like this. Are the others really that interested in spending time with me? Kind of embarrassing seeing it like this. But although I was embarrassed, I was a little happy too. With this feeling in mind, I prepared myself to face tomorrow. The next day, Tadanobu and I headed for one of the fences protecting Hiraizumi. Hi, peeps. The fences around Hiraizumi really are magnificent. If we set up camp here, we could definitely get things under control.
Well, we got a lot of threats to worry about. Emishi, bandits, even neighboring territories.
You already know what those are.
It's our job to protect Hiraizumi from all of the above. Hope you're ready.
Dear God. Between Norton fucking annoying me, everything not working, and then my goddamn volume just being like, and you need us to be very loud. No, thank you. No, I don't. Ugh. Right.
Good work today, everyone. Have you noticed anything unusual today? Lord Tadanobu, nothing out of the ordinary so far, sir. Platoon combing the area will be back soon. We should have more information then. I'm sorry, I'm tired. I see. Let's continue to strengthen our security in the area. Don't exhaust yourselves, though. I brought 2 platoons worth of additional soldiers. After you brief them, you can rest. I'll go on a patrol with Lord Spacey after hearing the report from the others. Lord Tadanobu, that's not necessary. It's good enough that you're here. I'm not just some decoration on the fort walls, you know. Times like this when the higher-ups need to take the initiative. I don't wear my chest out like this for nothing. I'm just kidding. I mean, but... brought as much food as we could carry. You'll eat and keep your strength up. Got it? Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, I do have lights on downstairs. It's getting dark in here.
We'll take it from here.
I want the tiny bird downstairs all by himself in the dark. Poor thing's been like... He likes to just, like, sit there in a corner and do nothing anyway, but it's also been very cold. I'm like, the poor fucking thing. Like, because when my heat originally, like, started not working, it was blowing out cold air. And, like, he's kind of under a vent. He's not supposed to be near a vent, but he kind of is. And so, like, it's like, yeah, no, that's not... So I had to move them. Especially so they weren't in the window, because, like, you know, they're by the window, which could get, like,
air draft around. I mean, he really probably shouldn't be with this. But, like, I want him to be able to, like, see out the window, but, like, with at least the heat on, it's not, like, you don't feel, like, because I stood by the window, like, my windows are nice, so they're not like, oh, there's drafts or anything, but it's still, like, just the cold from outside is going to get in, and it's going to be colder by windows than it is anywhere else. That's why the heaters are always by the windows. But, yeah, and then with the heater, it was just, like, constantly trying, like, oh, it is 66 in here, and your heat is set at 70, so we will keep pumping the air through and heating it and blowing it back out, and it's like you're just blowing out cold-ass air, so it feels worse. But, like, the amount of times I had to, like, turn off this, reboot it, like, literally flip the breakers so that the fans would stop, and it's like, poor fucking little bird is a little popsicle. So I don't want him sitting there in the dark. He's like, great, I dealt with a couple of days in the cold, and now I'm in the dark. You know what I mean? Anyway, these are well-organized soldiers. This must be the result of their daily training. And that's not all. Tadanobu's instructions were precise and designed to boost the morale of the soldiers. Very impressive. What's up? Oh, it's kind of funny to see you acting as a boss. It's the first time I've seen you take command, and you're quite good at it. More than anything, I could feel your love for Hiraizumi and your desire to protect it. And I was like, you know, you complimented me? Oh, my heart. And you're like, I know, I feel it too. Perhaps that's why the soldiers respect you as much as they do. Hey, cut it out, will you? You're making me blush. But it's true, isn't it? I spent a lot of time with you. I know how earnest you are. Hey, come on, man. Dying of embarrassment over here. Sorry. I couldn't help but let out a chuckle, and Tadanobu growled quietly as if he was sulking. Besides, you're the earnest one here. Or, like, are you two gonna make out? Yes. Not many people would volunteer to help like you did. I think it's really admirable. Thanks. I could feel my face blushing from Tadanobu's straightforward compliment. I'll be fine as long as I stick with Tadanobu. If bandits show up, we'll be able to handle them. I have to do my best to live up to his trust and expectations. And so the days of guarding the walls with Tadanobu began. Tadanobu watched the soldiers' movements and gave them instructions on how to create more efficient security systems. About a month later. So now it's been it's already been like a month, or say at least a month since we came to Hiraizumi. A month since we started training with Tadanobu. So it's been at least 3 months, probably. So, like, you know, with this, it's like a month later, you at least see that, like, okay, the relationship is happening over a longer period of time, so it feels more natural. Like, I kind of wish in Shigehiro's route it wasn't like that. It was like, it gave you a little bit more of a time grasp, like a couple weeks later, not later, or the next day, you know what I mean? Like, a little more definitive time. So that you could be like, oh, okay, so Shigehiro kind of learned to respect you and everything over, like, even like a month or two, and then whatever. So, like, fine, you know, it may have happened a little bit faster for him, but, like, with Tadanobu, it, like, blossoms slowly for, like, whatever, you know? Kind of, well, I mean, as soon as he saw your boobs, he was, like, totally into you. But, you know, it's just because he's a little bit of a whore, so it's fine. But then he got over it. Well, he stuffed it down, and now it's budding up inside. He took that little seed, buried it real deep, and now it's going to branch up into this giant fucking tree, so. Pretty quiet today, huh? 3 days ago, someone reported seeing a suspicious figure around here, but I guess they headed elsewhere. How long do you plan on keeping the increased security in place? As Lord Hidehiro said, he wanted to keep an eye on things for a little while longer. We're not going to get anywhere if we just guard here. I think we should consider following the bandits into the mountains. Isn't that a little dangerous? I still think we should do it. We don't want to let those bastards cause any more damage. They target the vulnerable, the elderly, women, and children. Too late if we simply wait for something to happen. Isn't that right? Tadanobu mumbled with a grim expression on his face, and I could sense a slight frustration in his voice. I couldn't stand to see him like this, so I tried to cheer him up. I understand your impatience, but we can't rush things.
There's no need to be so tense, you know? It might be a good idea to consult with Suganobu or Lord Hidehira, or return to the estate for a good night's rest.
Lord Spacey,
Or you could go pick some flowers. I know you said you like giving them to girls, but I think you secretly like picking them too.
suppose you're right. Would be much better to just keep a cool head and think this all through rationally. Also, flowers are pretty. It's okay if I like fucking flowers, and maybe I like frilly aprons and baking. Doesn't make me less of a man, Spacey.
No, it doesn't. You're right, Tadanobu. I wasn't judging you. I'm just saying, be yourself. Don't be ashamed. Like, Tadanobu absolutely would probably be a goddamn motherfucking klutz in the kitchen. But Suganobu would be the good one at baking. But Tadanobu would absolutely be like, I do like the frilly apron. Totally would.
I do like the aprons. They look cute.
Like, no doubt.
But if I were gonna give anyone flowers, I'd like to give them to you, Spacey.
Oh my god, are you gonna kiss me now? Me?
Yeah, you're a girl, right? Besides, I missed my chance to give you those peonies before.
Ha! Not that kind of girl, Tadanobu. After saying that, I tilted my head inquisitively. Come to think of it, back then you said your creed was to be kind to women. Why did you say that? After all, you got upset when your brother called you a playboy.
Oh, that.
Oh, sorry. It seemed like Suganobu didn't know either, so if you don't want to tell me, you don't have to.
Nah, it's fine. Just a little embarrassed. Promise you won't laugh.
Tadanobu scratched his cheek and began to speak, staring into the distant sky as he did so.
When I was little, my father was pretty strict. Discipline was the name of the game. My brother was always the good kid, but I was always getting into trouble.
No way! The himbo getting into trouble? I'm just saying.
When Dad got upset, I'd hide in the garden and cry. And every time I'd hide out there, one of our live-in maids or one of the older girls in our neighborhood would come comfort me.
Aww. You must have looked pretty cute as a crying little boy. Wonder they couldn't leave you alone.
Something like that. Anyway, now that I've grown up, I feel like it's my job to protect the people that protected me, you know? Of course, lots of people around me took care of me, but I don't know. Their kindness toward me always made me feel different.
Tadanobu's embarrassed smile made him look like the child in his story. I guess I never thought there'd be a reason behind your kindness.
Oh, yeah?
I'm sure the people who used to comfort you when you were crying in the garden would be happy to hear you say that. And it's actually kind of cute. He's like, they always comforted me and made me feel better, so I like to pay it forward by giving girls flowers to make them happy, because girls helped me out and made me feel better when I was sad and crying. And it just comes out as like, you whore! He's not actually a whore. Aw, even I misjudged you, Tadanobu. I'm sorry. Even your brother's like, the fuck are you doing? Like, oh, that makes more sense about him being like, I don't understand it. Like, you should. He's giving flowers to girls because he likes girls, but that's not what it is. He's doing something nice for the... It'd be like, oh, an elderly lady helped me out one time, so now for some reason when I see an elderly lady, I just want to help them on behalf of thanking that other... You know what I mean? Like... So that's kind of adorable. As Tadanobu said, many of the people targeted by these bandits are women. I guess that's why he takes it so seriously. I couldn't help but feel touched by his earnest kindness, and I felt a new respect for him growing within me. And I think the girls at the estate would be glad to hear you talk this way too.
Wait a minute. Are you?
What?
For a moment there, it kind of sounded like you're jealous of those girls at the estate.
Like, Todd, like the look at the way of face, like you're jealous of them. He's like, I'm kind of hoping. He's hoping. My cheeks flushed and I felt a hot chill run up my shoulders. He's right. Just, what the hell am I saying? I know that, don't, come on.
Stupid. You're stupid. You're an idiot. Whatever.
So much has that energy. The more my mind raced to come up with a reply, the more my tongue tied itself in knots. Unable to look him in the eye, I turned my gaze away and then...
What's that scream? Came from the west. You don't think... A bad feeling came over us as we rushed as fast as we possibly could to the source of the distress. I thought it was going to be... And then... He kissed me? Nope. Then someone got stabbed. As we emerged onto a slightly more open mountain road, we saw a group of shady men surrounding a group of merchants. Bandits! Let's go, Tadanobu! Right, let's round them up. As soon as he said it, Tadanobu immediately struck out at the bandits approaching one of the female vendors. The thing is, every time we get this background, my brain can't help but flash back to that scene in the very beginning of the game. We've had this background a million times, but I'm not going to lie. Every time this comes up, I'm always like, awesome, thanks. That fucking answer to Shungen, where he like asks you a question and you're like, great, thanks. I'm always waiting to choose that, even though we're not going to choose anything like in half the time. Every time this background comes up, I just think of that because it just triggers that fucking memory of how goddamn funny it is. Shungen to be like, I would die for you. Good for you. Like, what the fuck? She thinks. She thinks. Every fucking time. I just had to tell you because it's been building up for like hours, tens of hours in this game. Oh my god. Anyway. Good you. See. You bastard! Get him! The merchants can wait! The bandits turned their focus and quickly surrounded Tadanobu and I. However, having trained with Tadanobu, their attacks were easily avoidable. Ha! I'm just, they're not making screaming noises, and you know that that's our bread and butter in this fucking game. We aimed for their arms and legs to slow their movements. The 10 or so bandits were quickly reduced in strength and number. So far, no damage to Tadanobu or myself. Now to just finish off the rest. So that's how this is gonna go? The last of the bandits turned on his heels and reaches out to one of the merchant women standing nearby. Hey, let her go! Wait! I slid my body to intervene and grab the bandit's arm, but I was too reckless. I like how we said, no damage to Tadanobu or I, and I'm like, that's absolutely one of us is getting hurt, and it's probably going to be me. Get off me! I felt a blunt thud hit me upside the head. By the time I realized that he had hit my head, I was already on my knees. What? You son of a bitch! Hey, are you okay? Tadanobu... Damn, you're bleeding. Stay with me. Don't close your eyes. Sorry, Nobu. I can't... My consciousness went black as I felt the blood drain from my body. I've had that feeling multiple times. I actually straight up fucking flat out 100% blacked the fuck out the other day. After weeks of not doing it, and I was like, I just woke up on the floor, and I was on a conference call. My microphone, nothing was muted, and I don't know how the two people I was on a call with did not hear it. Because like if you're in a call with a bunch of people and you're not talking, you might be listening. You can hear the background shit, but if you're the one talking, you're like talking to someone, blah blah blah. You don't notice the background stuff like you do if you're just just listening. So of course it was just two other people, and I was like, yeah. So I missed some of that because like I literally just woke up on the fucking floor. Oh my god, you didn't get hurt. I'm like, I don't know because like I had to have been wearing my glasses too because like I don't have a lot of contacts left, so my glasses were on the floor, everything, and I was like, I don't know how this happened. And I just noticed today. This was like 4 days ago. I was trying something on, and I was like, shit, all the times I have been anywhere near a mirror, and I didn't notice this giant fucking bruise on my shoulder. It is like yellow and red. I'm like, fuck. So like now, because I noticed it, now my shoulder for 4 days, and didn't fucking notice shit. Now I'm like, now my shoulder hurts. Like, I mean, my shoulder might have hurt before, but it was like, stiff or something. But not like I did not notice the bruise. But now that I've noticed the bruise, but I'm just saying that whole entire sentence. I'm like, yeah, no, that describes it. You're like, I'm just gone. I don't feel it slipping. It's just gone. Good Lord, my head is now. My whole body is shaking. What's this warmth? He's running with you. Hey, ladies, fend for yourselves. Take my man home.
My consciousness surfaced, and I looked around in a daze. That also is how it happens. Where am I? This isn't where I was before.
I'm sorry. I have to laugh about it because it's kind of scary, but it's one of those, where am I? This isn't where I was before. Like, before I was sitting at my desk, and now I'm, like, laying on the floor. Like, it's very confusing. Shit. Spacey, are you okay? Literally what everyone says to you, too.
Shinobu.
So glad you're awake. How are you feeling? Does it still hurt? The bleeding stopped, but we can't be too careful. If anything doesn't feel right, tell me right away, okay?
Yeah, I think fine. My head doesn't hurt that much.
Really?
He gave a small nod, and Tadanobu's concerned gaze drew me in even further. And finally, I saw his shoulders relax. When I tried to sit up, he quickly wrapped his arm around my back, supporting me upward. What happened to the bandits and the merchants? Are they all right?
Took down all the bandits, and the merchants managed to enter Hirayazumi safely. I figured you want some water when you woke up, so I brought you here.
Oh, Tadanobu.
No need to thank me. Anyway, let's go home and have our injuries looked at. When you first collapsed, I thought my heart would stop, Spacey.
It was the first time I'd ever heard him sound genuinely scared. He dropped his gaze and clenched his fists. I know, it's a doggy barking outside. What's he barking for? And why he so close to our house? What's he barking at? Sorry. I only wanted to help, but by volunteering, I seem to have caused you nothing but trouble.
Hey, don't apologize. That thought didn't even cross my mind. But listen, don't do anything reckless like that again, okay?
Tadanobu? His voice was quieter than ever. I looked up and saw his brilliant eyes right in front of me.
Made up my mind. From now on, please, allow me to protect you with my own two hands. These feelings have been growing deep inside me since the moment I found out about who you really are.
Told you, he planted the seed and now it's a tree.
Because you want to live as a man, I've trained myself to see you that way, and I've tried my best to keep it that way. But I can't do it anymore. It's not just that I see you as a woman, it's that you're very important to me, Spacey. Oh, I love you too, Tadano. Goddamn him. And because of that, no matter how strong you are, you'll always be someone I want to protect. But I don't know what it is lately with games and the goddamn himbos getting to me. The hell? When did this happen? Oh, there's plenty of room in the man harem for all types, so whatever. Of course, I won't let any of this show to the other guys. But I'm not allowed to at least think of you and protect you in my heart, aren't I?
The back of Tadanobu's hand gently stroked my cheek. Tadanobu...
You're very strong, Spacey, but you're still quite the cutie.
Again, he'd probably say this to us if we thought we were a man. I mean, minus the, like, stroking our cheek. I'm like, still. Sorta.
There's no use trying to stop me. I'll follow my creed and protect you with my life. So, Spacey, can you accept my proposal?
Oh my god, yes, I'll marry you. Tadanobu's words were forceful, but it was obvious his intentions were pure. My cheeks flushed at the feel of his rough fingers sliding over them, tracing their every contour. I don't know how long I'll stay in Hiraizumi. Things could change tomorrow and we could be forced to leave here. Shh. Tadanobu knows this, and yet he's still talking to me like this. I nodded my head at the loving, passionate look in his eyes, right? Because he's been months. Adorable. If I intend to live as a samurai, I should probably reject such an advance, but I just can't help myself. Someday I'll have to leave this place. But until then, yes. As soon as I had finished speaking, Tadanobu's eyes widened for a moment, and he smiled mischievously. You know, the weirdest thing is I looked at one point, I was like, okay, we're about 30-some-odd minutes in, whatever, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, it's been an hour. What the hell? Where did that 20 minutes go? Like,
You see, you think I'm only talking about while we're in here, Izumi? I've decided to protect you no matter what. Whenever, wherever. Good man.
What? Oh, CG. Oh, it's so adorable. Oh, he put a flower in our hair. Stop it.
That's so fucking cute.
Tadanobu's hand reached for my left ear, and he placed a fresh bellflower behind it.
I knew you'd look good with a flower in your hair. Glad I could finally give you one, Spacey.
It's the tiniest, cutest little flower.
I've been thinking about this day for a long time. Glad it's finally come.
His eyes narrowed with happiness. I'd never seen that look on his face before, and it made my heart flutter with joy.
I swear by this bellflower. No matter what path we take, we will fight together and protect each other. So adorable. Someday, when you leave here to Izumi, make sure you take me with you.
Oh, we have, always. In every path we've ever taken, we've taken you. And then, as if to seal this pact, he gently kissed my cheek near where he'd placed the flower. Tadanobu...
Huh. You get embarrassed so easily these days. Is that because it's me you're talking to?
What's the point in asking the question if you already know the answer? I feigned frustration with him, but seeing his smiling face, I couldn't help but laugh along with him. That smile was all I needed to fill my heart with joy, and before I knew it, Tadanobu became a very big part of my life. I'm sure we can get through anything. And hopefully, I'll continue to be with you long into the future. I closed my eyes softly, breathing in deep the scent of the bellflower he had given to me. No. And then just fades away on that, like we do. That was adorable. Good little Tadanobu. You know, for the fact that it took me an hour and a half because I had to fucking read it twice. 20 minutes. Whatever. Still, at least I didn't read the whole thing and then go, fuck, now I gotta do this part again. You know what I mean? But there you go. I enjoyed that. I'm enjoying the if stories, because again, they're fluffy, but they're very, like, not really definitive. I mean, if you think about it, it's very much the, like, we kind of confess to each other and it's the beginning of our relationship. You know what I mean? They feel a little less solid than the rest of, like, the normal routes. Because the normal routes, again, I mean, I'm not even talking about the setup, you know, or the plot or anything. Because they all take the same formula, basically. Like, okay, you meet a person, and then you kind of get to know them, and then you fall in love with them, and then, you know, the romance, and, like, but, like, sometimes the romance extends a little bit more. There's, like, the, oh, we're falling for them type of a thing, and then you continue along, and then you confess, and then there might be the little bit, like, a little while later kind of after story bit. And this is very much like the lead up to the, like, oh my god, I think we have feelings for each other, and then the end. And you're like, oh, what? But, so it feels a little like you get cut off, whereas in a normal route, you get a little bit more additional after that initial confession kind of point, you know? But I think they're done well for what they are. They're just tiny little, like, what if you happen to fall in love with the side character? And then they give you this, and they just kind of leave it open, like, and now you just imagine your happy life together. You know what I mean? I think Shigehiro's was the most undefinitive, you know? Because, like, Takatsuna's was very much like, okay, we're always going to be together now. And the same thing with, like, Tadanobu, you know, like, okay, even if you leave here, I'm coming with you. And we already know he's going to, because he's done that and everything. And Shigehiro's was, like, totally into you. So, like, one of these days, you're going to come after me. And then he just disappears, and you're like, but wait, what? And I mean, you know that we will, but I feel like everybody else is kind of like that. We're at the starting point. Like, we got up to the starting line, okay? The buzzer rang, we're ready to go, and, you know, we're off. And then you just imagine how the race goes. You know what I mean? But Shigehiro's like, we're going to get in. Like, you know what I mean? Think about it like a horse track or like a dog track. I don't know why I'm going to the racetrack analogy, but you know what I mean? Like, when the race is ready to start, everyone's lined up at the gate. They're in their little gates, okay? And then the buzzer go and the doors open, and then everybody takes off.
And that's kind of like where these leave you. Like the doors are open, and then it fades to black, and you just have to go, okay, now you know your horse, your dog, your whatever is going to run out because those gates are open. Shigehiro's like, I'm leading you up to the gate. And then, like, then it blacks out, and you're like, but we're not even at the gate. Like, I guess we're getting in the gate. You know what's going to happen, but it's still, like, it's like 2 steps before you're supposed to end, where everything else does. So, slightly disappointed in that, but I guess it technically worked for him. But most of, I don't know, I guess my whole point was just, like, most of them was like, all right, we've confessed our feelings for each other, and then you just imagine the way the rest of this goes, you know. Which is fine. That's all they're supposed to be, and I'm enjoying them. So, it was a really roundabout way of saying that. Look, I can't. My brain doesn't work well today, so I'm cold. Actually, I'm uncomfortable right now. I've been cold for 2 days, so my brain still hasn't thawed. When is it ever? It's always like this. Anyway, yeah. So that was that. That's Tadanobu's, and so we only have Suganobu left, so we'll do him next time. But because these are going mostly to an hour, and I want to enjoy poking around, listening to the voice acting, all that stuff, and we have the CGs that open, I think, when you complete the game. I'm gonna guess that's what those other 2 missing ones are, because I know we're missing one for Suganobu, and then I think then there's 2 other missing ones, and I'm assuming it's a, like, thanks for completing the game CG type of a thing. Because we're going to have that, I like to end the games on those, but we can't because then we'll miss Suganobu's. So, and I want to poke around and listen to the voice acting, hear all the different characters, go to different scenes, and I don't want to kind of rush through that. So that might be its own fucking part, which is weird. We normally don't do that, but the way this game was structured with all these if endings, yeah, we'll just have a random frickin' part for that, because I don't want to, you know, kind of take over, like, Suganobu's, like, part with that, you know, make that a lot, like, an hour and a half, like, we'll just stretch out the game by 1 extra part, so, like, whatever. I think that's how we're gonna do it. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big oh, god damn it. Anyway, remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.